when Marcus Ambrose made the bold switch to NASCAR after winning 2 V8 titles. Plenty of us thought he was biting off more than he could chew, but the Aussie continues to wow them in the US while edging closer to his goal of racing every weekend alongside names like Earnhardt, Stewart, Gordon and Bush. He's found a window in his hectic schedule to join us on RPM. Marcus, thank you. Last weekend was a tough one. Unfortunately, you didn't make the show for your Sprint Cup Oval debut. Tell us what happened and have you put that behind you?
Well, there's not much you can do. I mean, we qualified dead last. We were 1 second off the pole time, which isn't a huge amount, I guess, but yeah, we definitely struggled with that car. It was a 21 entry from Wood Brothers, and we had an hour practice before I got in the car for qualifying, and we just didn't get it right, and I just wasn't up to speed, and it's disappointing for everybody concerned. It was sure a hero to zero story from the week before at Infineon, but you know, you take your lumps as they come, and we had a good nationwide series race, and everything's still going well. It's just a bit of a bump in the road, that's all.
You said you've only had minimal miles in the car of tomorrow. Just give us an idea how different it is.
Well, they are different. I mean, they're very heavy, they've got a high roll centre, and they've got a lot of horsepower, and you're racing against the best teams in the world for oval racing with the best drivers, and when you come in, when you're not quite prepared, and I haven't had a lot of experience in the COT, I had none on a flat track or a short course at all before I got there for the practice, and you know, we only missed the race by 1/10 of a second, but that's, you know, that's a lot in our game, and you know, it's just really tough. I mean, you're up against some very stiff competition, and if you haven't got everything just right and you haven't done your testing and you haven't got the experience behind you, it's very hard.
There was a terrific response here in Australia to your drive at Sonoma in California, where you ran as high as second. What's the reaction been like there?
Oh, it's been okay. I mean, obviously we didn't close the deal, so you know, the fanfare wasn't up there like it probably would be at home, just because I'm just another one of the 43 drivers out there fighting for a bit of TV time. But we did well, and I think my stature in the sport rose in one weekend, which is a good thing. But you know, we always knew that the following week at Loudon was going to be very difficult for us, and so we just tried to keep a lid on, you know, on all the hype, I guess, and it really bounced back, you know, from that with a bad low. So, you know, we knew the race at Sonoma was great for us, but it wasn't the complete answer, and I've got plenty of work to do, and I've got plenty of work to do to try and find a solid ride at the cup level with the expertise and skills that I need to help me get to the next level, and hopefully we'll do that over time, and I'll get my shot at a full-time cup ride.
Your immediate focus is the next race, and you hinted at it there a second ago, but what about beyond 08, Marcus?
Yeah, it's a good question. Right now, I don't know. I've got some great sponsors over here in the US which are supporting me, and will continue to support me in 2009. What series, what car, what make is all up in the air right now. What team is up in the air as well. So we just have to really let it all play out here. I've got a great team owner in Tad and Jody Kashekta on the Nationwide Series team, and they want to progress to Cup racing if they can. They don't know how they're going to do that. I want to try and progress to Cup if I can. I don't know how I'm going to do that. So, you know, between us, we're going to put our heads together and hopefully come up with a good plan. But right now, I've got Cup races to finish this year off, another 10 to go, and we'll just see how it all plays out.
Although the Wood Brothers have a long history in NASCAR, do you feel like you have the right crew and car for this mission?
You're up against teams with hundreds of millions of dollars of budget. I mean, a Roush racing entity, you know, they run 5 teams at about $20 million a car. You know, they've got a lot of resources and engineering to tap into. Our teams are privateer teams, basically. We run Fords, but we're not, you know, we are supported by Ford to help us on the motor program and stuff, but, you know, we're still responsible for our own development and engineering and R&D, and we just don't have the money or resources to throw at it. So, yeah, we are behind the 8 ball, there's no doubt about that. The Wood Brothers car that I drove for at Sonoma ran at Loudon, you know, is out of owner points. They're 43rd in owner points. They're not guaranteed any week to race, so they've got to pre-qualify, and they're hurting. They know that. You know, they've had 3 different drivers in their cars this year, and they're trying to work out a way to get back to some competitive form. So, you know, I've got chances at the Cup level. Are they a winning ride? No. But are they at the top level? Yes. And you know, I've just got to make the most of my chances, and you know, if my car's good enough for 20th, then I'll run there and be happy with it. If it's 30th, I'll be happy to run there, and if I get a chance to win, I'll try and run it up there too. So you got to really, you know, look at the big picture here, and and not every day is going to be a winning day for me over here with the teams I'm with, but I'm growing, I'm learning and improving, and building my resume to hopefully one day get a shot at one of those big teams.
In addition to your nationwide commitments, the next Sprint Cup start on your schedule is at the end of the month, and it's at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You must be excited about that. Yeah,
it's going to be good. Again, it's another mess. I've never driven on that track. It's probably one of the fastest tracks they go to with the COT. They don't have a test schedule there like they had last year, so teams have already got a race head start on us. We're running a brand new entry. It's going to be the first race for JTG Racing at the Cup level. So the crew's brand new, the car's brand new, I'm brand new. So there's a lot of unknowns, and the reason why the team's chosen that race is because if you can qualify in for the start of that race, it's a guaranteed $180,000. So we're going for the prize money.
Well, enjoy it. From all of our viewers and from those in your supporters club that are watching, good luck. Have a great second half of the season. You're making Australians proud, Marcus.
Yeah, we're going good. We're 13th in the Nationwide Series points, and we're getting more competitive every week in that deal. So I'm excited about that, and we're growing for the future. Not every day is great, but I'm pleased the Aussies fans are checking out what I'm doing over here, and hopefully I'll turn it around for them soon and give them something to cheer about.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, Rusty.
There he is, Marcus Ambrose. A break now on RPM. On the way, a quick look at what's coming up in the show.